Emil Hewish, the host of the OGV Energy Let's Talk Transition podcast. And we're here today with Eric Doyle, practicing ahead of going live this Friday when we have Anna Musat, the Director of Engagement and Policy at Renewable UK. And Anna's going to be with us to give us some reaction to the UK's reaction to the Inflation Reduction Act and, of course, the EU's green energy package as well. So, good afternoon, Eric.
Thank goodness you've said that, because for a moment there I thought you expected me to talk about that. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
So how do we know if anybody's actually listening or watching? Because they
hopefully some lovely person will drop a comment into our chat feed, and let's just see if that happens. So
interested.
OGV Energy is interested.
That's a classic LinkedIn comment.
A classic, an absolute classic. So this is simply a little test, just to test out the software, and to make sure that you're okay with all the buttons. And the lovely Graham Dallas is here as well.
Hello, Graham. How are you? Oh,
so it's Prashant. Look at all these lovely people coming into just Kenny Dooley. Hello, all Kenny. These people. It's wonderful.
Oh my goodness me!
If anybody's turned up to hear some really high level energy transition kind of chat here, I know Maury usually has the best of guests on these podcasts and these live streams. Don't be expecting much from me. I'm just here I'm just the stool pigeon to make sure that this live all works, right?
That's right. Eric is basically holding my virtual hand.
Holding your virtual hand. So let's have a little play just so that you get. So as we were talking about before, if you wanted to bring, for instance, Graham's comment on, just click on Graham's comment.
Well, let's click on Graham's comment.
Let's click on Graham, the lovely Graham Dallas. He's no stranger to a live show. And there he is.
Hello, Graham. There we go. I can see your comment now. Now, guys, what we're going to do is, so, of course, the USA had this massive package of help for renewables and low-carbon technologies called the Inflation Reduction Act, or the IRA, as they call it. Mm-hmm. And then the EU had their reaction, their package of green policies. Mm-hmm. And on Thursday, the United Kingdom, we're all waiting to be bowled over by what the United Kingdom brings. And on Friday, we're going to be discussing that with Anna Musat from Renewable UK. So what I'm keen to get are, what questions really interest you? So if you've joined
is this what we're calling Green Day?
Well, that's what's going to be called Green Day, yes.
Green Day.
But we don't have to wait till September ends.
Oh! So if you click on Graham's face again over in that original comment, his comment will disappear.
Graham's comment disappears.
There you go. Brilliant.
There we go. And then we've got Prashant.
Hello, Prashant. Good to have you with us.
Where are you today, Prashant? Can you tell us?
Oh, look.
I wonder if you can.
Olatakunbo has come up with a brilliant question.
Oh, good.
My concern is, are the renewable discussions going on worldwide yielding the right results? Changing behaviours from government, the government players, businesses, and the users, i.e. the people.
I love that.
That is phenomenal.
That is an amazing question. Eric, as this is my first time, how do I capture that question?
So in terms of capturing, this will all be captured. This will all stay on the recording, which produces automatically on any of the social media channels that you've clicked. If you want to bring that onto the screen, we just click on it. If you're involved in a discussion with your guest and you want to bring up Olatakunbo's question later on, just simply star it.
Now
you put a little star. So let's practice with the star. If you put the question off, I just click on it, and you can put a little star in the top right-hand corner.
Put a star in it. The question definitely deserves a star.
And you'll see
now. Anybody else got any questions for us?
That is a great question. That is a tremendous question. One you might want to keep for later on.
Yes, well, that's why I'm so keen to make sure I've got it, so I can actually ask that one on Thursday.
Stephen Regg, what's this all about? Is a great question. It's a great question. Just a test, Stephen. Just a test.
So on Friday, this is my first time using this platform, and on Friday, I'm going to be interviewing the Renewable UK's Director of Engagement and Policy, and we'll be trying to find out what Renewables UK reaction is to the UK's Green Day, and the UK's Green Day is hopefully going to be a massive stimulus package that will help the energy transition in the UK. So hopefully that answers what's this all about.
So, as someone with a lot of experience hosting these live events, handing over to my learned colleague here, who's just beginning his live stream journey, you will get brilliant questions like Alatakumbo's. You'll also get questions like, "What is the speed of velocity of an African swallow?" Put in by our colleagues.
There we go. And does anybody
anyone
know?
know?
Yes, sir.
So be prepared. Be prepared is all I'm saying.
So we've got
so it's
Jamie
great.
Burns. You're watching, Jamie. Jamie, do you have any questions for us?
Jamie Burns. Now, where have I heard Jamie Burns? Oh, yes. Jamie's name came up in dispatches from a common connection that Jamie and I have. And Jamie, do you want to get in touch with me or will I get in touch with you? I think we should definitely have a wee conversation anyway.
Well,
All very hush-hush.
That's intriguing. And we've got Ramprit Sa and Ambrosio. Is it Baki or Bachi? Bachi, I think. Hello.
I'd go with Bachi, yeah.
Hello, both.
Graham, see, this is what happens on these lives. Graham wants data. There's the engineer. Graham wants data.
Barry wants to know, is the swallow carrying a coconut?
There's the analyst. There's the analyst coming in, the analytics and the engineering fraternity of our live show today. Yes, give us specifics.
And Graham says, is the swallow laden or unladen? Well, that's yes, brilliant.
Usually at this point, someone says, is that a Pac-Man machine behind you in your office? And it is. And also, it's on this side, we've got, when they do emergency rescue exercises offshore, and they put dummies in the water so they can use things like Dacon scoops on the survival vessels. That is one of those. Oh, that side. That is one of them. The brightest person in this office.
Great. Graham is obviously a Monty Python fan. Special award to Graham. Absolutely.
It is an ex-African swallow. Also, what is your favorite color? Green.
Yeah. Good question. I will make sure and consider that question on Friday. Thank you, Barry.
So, in terms of a test, this is your first live stream show. I think it's gone well.
This would be great. I'd be interested to see if anybody that's joined have you seen any of the episodes that we've recorded so far? Oh gosh, we've got
some of the guests you've had before. You've had some big names on this show before on the podcast version of this.
Had some big names. Yes, we've had Ørsted, SSE Renewables, Equinor, RWE, all sorts of people. I just wonder if anybody's seen any of the shows and if they've got any feedback. But we've got another great question from Darren. Hi, Darren. Darren asks, why is the government backing private companies to support traditional energy projects? Should the government not support local councils to build renewable energy hubs inside the community?
Oh, Darren needs to come on Friday.
Yeah, that's very interesting,
isn't it? To cut and paste that into a document and ask that same question again on Friday. That's a cracker.
That's another one that gets starred. Absolutely. Good question, Darren. Thank you for that. And it's that sort of thing. I'm really looking forward to finding out from the government. You know, what are nobody knows what they're going to be saying on Thursday, and it's actually interesting too because. Oh, hello, Alex. Thanks for joining us. It's interesting because the government, of course, nominally is supporting technologies like offshore wind, but then in the next breath, they put a windfall tax on it, which of course makes offshore wind much less attractive as a business. And of course, if it's not attractive as a business, then it won't get done. So I wonder if they're going to pedal back on that on Thursday. And of course, we'll be discussing that very much on Friday.
You're going to have lots to talk about on Friday.
Amazing. So, Alex, thank you for joining us. Alex, have you got any questions for Renewable UK on the energy transition or on government stimulus packages for encouraging the energy transition? Offshore wind, hydrogen, hydro, of course, a big one just now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be keen to get questions from any of you. What have you always wanted to ask?
So what kind of things are you going to be delving into with your guest on Friday?
I think we'll be delving into all sorts. So first of all, I want to know what the what the packages are that have been announced, and then what it really means. You know, what are they thinking it's going to mean for jobs and the supply chain? Really, it's a little bit like, I guess it's not like the nuclear arms race. It's a green energy arms race where we try and outcompete the USA and the EU. With our developments, of course, we've got a great head start. The UK offshore wind industry is one of the biggest in the world, second only to China. And it'd be great to see how we keep the lead that we've got over the other countries and how we keep those technologies moving forward.
Fantastic. So I think you're good. I think this is, in terms of our first live, it's gone very well.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, OGV Energy.
Thank you. Brilliant.
I really like those two questions. Those came through. So I'm just going to see how I can. Oh, yes, there we go. So we've got Ola Takumbo. Thank you very much. Great question. And Darren also.
And Jamie's, is there going to be financial support for downstream supply? Downstream supply chain in support of products and services designed to assist the energy transition. It's another great one.
Oh, that is another great one. Let me just see. Oh, here we go.
So even though you've starred those, they'll only exist as starred in this chat. If we want to keep those, we'll need to take a little screenshot or just go into the recording afterwards and you'll be able to take those comments.
And Jamie, I did miss your first question. There you go. It's appeared now.
Yeah, it's there.
See it. Is there going to be financial support for downstream supply chain in supply of products and services designed to assist in the energy transition? Absolutely. That's a good question. That is a good question. And I think we might delve into that a little bit more in future episodes of Let's Talk Transition as well. Because I think that's a big area.
Jolly good.
Good. And let me just share this. Where are we going with this one? Give me 2 seconds. What are the most effective policies for transitioning to renewable energy sources? How can we ensure that renewable energy is affordable and accessible to everyone? And what are the biggest challenges scaling up renewable energy technologies? Wow, these are some tremendous questions.
I think Ola Takumbo is nicely squaring himself off as a future guest.
Absolutely. Superb. We've got Valdemar joined. Hello, Valdemar. Very interesting. Good. So we've got some great questions through. Thank you very much, guys. I will ask those questions. I shall certainly make sure we ask those questions on Friday. If you want to join us, it's 2 p.m. Friday afternoon, and we'll be putting a link out through OGV Energy. So hopefully you can join us then.
Absolutely fantastic. If Ola Takumbo, just before we go, if Ola Takumbo has just typed that in himself, 10 out of 10. But also, if you've got that from asking ChatGPT, what's a great question about renewables? 10 out of 10 to you as well.
Absolutely. Those are. Eric is going to show me afterwards how I get all of these questions, and then we're going to download them to a separate document. I'll make sure and ask them on Friday.
Excellent. Thanks, Jamie. Good stuff. Well, best of luck to you, old chum, on your first live stream. This one's gone pretty well. I hope Friday goes even better.
That's great. Thank you very much, Eric. Really appreciate you helping me. And guys, thank you everybody for joining. It's phenomenal. I really appreciate all your support and all those questions. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, everyone.
And the clue's in the title, the button that says end stream up there.
I shall do it right now. Thank you, everyone.